And hello, everybody. Welcome to Roll with Advantage 5e. My name is Joe. It's great to have you here. So excited to get into tonight's session because it's going to be a lot of fun. So, as always, as we tend to do things around here, for one, I just want to give a big thank you to our artists who do work for the show, whether that be Lisa, Gemma, Andy, or Pretty Dat. You guys are great, and I think that you do a lot of fun. You're a lot of fun work, and we love having you on. The other person I'd like to thank. This voice is staying now. Nope, it's here now.
Please change it.
What do you mean? This is how I talk now. So the other is the music.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. The other person is the music, the Roll with Advantage composer, Luca and Julia. Luca and Julia. They do a lot of great work for the show. So the music that plays during the intro is an original composition done by them, and they also have a lot of other music on their Facebook and Spotify. It's all pretty choice, especially if you're into that more like indie sound. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. All right, so I think that if there's nothing else from the people below me, I have a very fun energy today. I'm excited. I got energy. So I think if there's nothing else, then we can go ahead and roll the intro and get started. Yes? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Intro! Alrighty, and we are back. So, let's go ahead and dive in to tonight's episode of The Isles of Iverion, session number 18. So, last we had left off, the Forerunners of Fate are definitely interesting group of adventurers. They had finally achieved victory at last, at least loosely victory. After some investigation and a few close calls, you finally bring the snake in the grass to his knees and receive some answers about the cult and their inner workings. You learn about the hunt for the child. This person in particular being able to master all of the runic symbols that the cult uses in their necromantic rituals. The act of carving or burning runic symbols on the undead to give them unnatural abilities. You also learn of the king in the swamp to the north of Iverion. You learn of his plan to turn initiates into accepted, to create more cultists for Markhold. You also learn of the Watcher on the Wall and his attempts to use the Lily in the realms of Isinalor. Not sure to what extent, but obviously can't be good. You also, in your time in Ravenrock in general, while trying to learn more about the cult, you end up discovering more about your own personal conflicts. For one, Nalthian, you end up having a few close calls and interactions with your own shadow, your echo. Eurydice, you make several discoveries about yourself, your lineage, and your connection to your patron Day. Twig, you begin to piece together shattered information of your own lineage and what purpose you may serve in the story yet to come. And also Grok, you start to discover more about your debt that is still yet to be paid. All of that information learned in the capital city of Iverion, and a temporary peace established in the city because of your actions, you decide it's best to head south to Isinalor and allow Captain Alistair to handle the northern territory. Your thought process being that they're more suited to handle up north because if there are soldiers down south that could destabilize that realm even further and cause, another civil war or another war against the natives that live within Isinalor. So, all of that being said, you all settled in the night after, ready to head to sleep, and wake up that next morning, gather your things, and head off. But before you could do that, maybe around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, definitely several hours before you would want to wake up, Grok and Nalfian, you hear a knock on your door. A nervous-looking Maggie telling you that there's somebody here to speak with Nalfian. Nalfian, you hastily put on a pair of pants and your sword belt and head down. Of course, who would want to be talking to you this early in the morning? You're taken to a back room, a dark, dank cellar. Definitely not very lavish at all, and you can hear the light drizzle of rain outside as thunder and lightning begins to crack, as it seems as though this day departing from Raven Rock is not going to be as cheery as your departure from Sand Point. Now, you did say that to Grok, if you're not back in 3 minutes, for him to come down. Now, this is a personal question to you, Grok. Obviously, you cherish your friendship with Nalfian, so I'm assuming that you're going to try your hardest not to fall back asleep, right?
Yeah, he'd be really trying hard. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And that's all it takes, right? You are a hardened adventurer and fighter. If you need to keep yourself awake, you can do it. You've learned ways to do that. There's no Constitution saving throw necessary, as much as I joked about it before. So you actively try and stay awake, getting around, pacing, just trying to keep yourself alert in case you hear anything or enough time passes, you begin to be worried. Are you sticking to 3 minutes, or are you going to give it a little bit more time than that?
I think it would probably be a bit longer. I think at the 3 minute mark, you start kind of like pacing around the room a bit impatiently. And then probably after about a minute or so longer, that's when he'll go down.
Okay, so we'll say 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, sounds good. Alrighty, so here's a fun thing, all right? This little doodad up here, little time.
You're gonna fucking time it? Oh my god.
Yeah. So it does keep track. I can, once I hit play, right, as soon as you hit it, see it hit 7:04, you'll be.
Oh my god.
That'll be when Grok can start to head down. 7:04, 7:05. Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go. Nalfian, you make your way down into the rather abandoned Golden Rookery right now this early in the morning. Not a soul awake except for you, Maggie, and the person behind this door. As you open the door into this back room, this cellar, pull you there. You can see that sitting at a rickety table towards the back is an elvish man, similar to you, but his features are sharper. His skin is golden. His eyes are a deep, deep purple, almost shimmering in the burning light in the corner of the room. Short, golden hair. He stands in front of you, and he moves, slowly standing up and smiling. Nalfian Baynir. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. You see, I've heard of your exploits and your your skills in the arenas. Not just in Raven Rock, but in Sandpoint as well. What did they call you there again? The Butcher, right?
That's right. And who the fuck are you?
Well, straight to the point, I see. My name is Iverion.
Is that supposed to mean something to me? Because it doesn't.
No, it shouldn't. And that's all right. I go by many names, but Iverion is the one I'm most comfortable with. I had a few questions for you, Nalfian, and I would like to see them answered. You see,
All right.
If the stories are true, you're a rather intriguing individual.
At that, Nelfian is going to, if there is a lock on the door, he's going to just lock it and stand in front of it. All right. Keep talking.
As I've come to understand, you have an uncanny ability when you are fighting in the pits to be in two places at once. In Raven Rock, it was merely a trick of the eye, a flick of light, and you could be in another place, right behind your opponent. But in Sandpoint, it was more than that. Broad daylight, exposed in the middle of the day. There were two of you, one on each side of your enemy that you could freely swap between.
What, you want an autograph?
Even less than that, Nalfian. I'd like to see it.
No.
Ah. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How did you hear of this? You just follow me around? You're some adoring fan?
Quite the contrary. In fact, I find most fighting pits grotesque. There's a much better use for fighters with skills in combat than throwing their lives away in a pit for entertainment or money. But I can tell you're a man who likes to make a deal. And you and I are similar in that vein. Also, we like to keep our business to ourselves. So, how about this? You don't ask any more questions. I won't ask any more questions. I give you payment. I see the shadow, and we both go on our ways. How does that sound?
Can I insight check him?
Make an insight check. And at about this point, yeah, Grok, you could probably start to slip everything on, get the brass knuckles on, and we'll probably say it like 4.
God damn it, Nelfian sucks at insight checks.
Probably say it at 4:30, right? 7 minutes and 7 hours, 4 minutes and 30 seconds is when you could start to head down. All right, that's when you'd get right to the door. Also, thank you for the follow, Natasha Drake. Wait a minute. Interesting.
Hey.
All right. So 9. Yeah, it's hard to tell. He's very interested. That he's putting forward, but other than that, it's kind of hard to read.
All right. So you just are interested in my fighting technique, and you want to see my shadow. And what are you going to do exactly? Just look at it? I don't think you understand. He's like choosing his words carefully. I don't think you understand any of this, friend.
No, I've done much research on individuals.
Oh, you've
like
done much
yourselves.
research.
Yes.
You have.
Yes, but I've never seen it in person.
You're funny. You're real funny.
Why don't I cut to the chase, Nalfian? This is what I offer you. And he reaches into a bag and he pulls out 1 black iron coin. Dense, heavy. He taps it on the table and he slides it over to you. And you can see that on this coin there is a 7-point star on each side. And Nalfian, you've heard about this before, very briefly, as this was something very, very taboo to talk about in the Underdark because of what it means. You know that this is a coin that belongs to a group called the Sisters. Now, the Sisters are people excommunicated from the Underdark. Whether it be Menzoberranzan or any other large city, they are individuals who are thrown out, tossed away, and told not to come back. Individuals left to die, but end up making their way out. And this is a group of women who have become infamous for their talent and ability with assassination. And you know that they don't take gold, they don't take jewels or gems or magic items. They only trade in favors and information. And this black iron coin entitles you to one job from them. He slides it down towards you and says, I'm sure you recognize that. And at about that point, as you're holding it, making that realization, you hear Grok yell Maggie and hear the stomping down the stairs. And as you come around the stairs, Maggie sort of gets in front of you. He's like, no, Grok, please, Grok, just, shh, please, Grok, please.
No, it's all right, Maggie. Like, he's shirtless, got his tattoos, and he's just loading a revolver. Like, each bullet. Just casually.
Okay.
No, honestly, Maggie, love, trust me. We had an agreement. Don't worry about it.
Can I hear him out the door?
You can. Yes, you can.
I will unlock the door.
Okay.
And Nalfian's just going to casually say, you got 30 seconds to convince me why I should believe that this is exactly what I think it is, before my friend comes in and blows your fucking head off.
Morning, sunshine.
Good morning. You want me to prove that it's real? Very well. You see, these coins, they can repel any type of magical disguise, anything of the sort. They cannot be transmuted, they cannot be broken, they cannot be shattered, they are invulnerable. Do whatever you wish to it. Strike it, shoot it, cast spells on it. Do whatever you wish. It will not break, it will not bend, it will not shatter.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I mean, he's either putting on one hell of a poker face or he's telling the truth.
Let's have a look at it.
Nalfian's going to, put it on the floor in front of Grok.
Okay.
Because if he smashes it... okay, I was going to say, I don't want Grok to smash it in Nalfian's hand.
All right, anchor,
Blow
brass
Nalfian
knuckle,
off.
revolver, what is receiving the wrath of Grok?
Oh, he said he's biting it.
Oh, he's biting it? Grok, make a
It's a fucking
Constitution
tooth.
saving throw.
I'm sorry, but I hope I fail. It's just the image of him falling backwards after doing this.
Oh my god.
Grok, you break a tooth.
Fucking hell. It's hard shite, that, mate.
Nalfian just... It sighs and just takes this bloody coin from Grok and puts it in his pocket.
Grok just spits out the tooth on the floor and says, Maggie, get us some whiskey.
All right, Grok. And she pours you a glass. It's like, here you go.
Look, if you are as informed as you think you are, you can stand right fucking there, and you can look from a distance. I keep the coin.
Wait, what are we doing? What's you want?
Just a adoring fan, I fucking guess, wants to see me. And Nalfian will make Shadow Nalf appear next to him.
You conjure Shadow Nalf, and you can see Shadow Nalf sort of look to you and then look across the room. And he says, why, hello there, gorgeous. Oh, you flatter me. Truly.
Nah,
All
he's
right.
talking to me, mate.
No conversations. You wanted to see, you saw.
I have seen. Thing of beauty, that is.
Nalfian's gonna make him go away.
Okay. Nalfian, do you know how those are conjured?
Are you fucking serious?
I am.
Are you really asking me this question?
He's a bit cheeky, isn't it? You know, bring some coin but no fucking breakfast. It's a bit rude.
Nothing's gonna just take a step forward. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about, do you?
It's a type of magic called dunamancy. A time magic. Not just pausing and fast forwarding and reversing, but timelines. Every choice you make creates a new branch on a tree. That copy of yourself that you summon is a different version of you in a different timeline that made different choices. Makes you wonder, what choices separates you from him? Was it one? Was it many?
I think you should shut your fucking mouth because you want to know. You want to know how I do this?
No, I
I'm
don't.
just that fucking good. That's how. All my fucking life, all I've done was train and train and train. I didn't have a choice. And you said choices, friend? Oh, I've made many of them. Stopped. This was pulled out of me. I was pulled out of me.
Well, that's all well and good. Well, thank you very much, Nalfi and Bamia. It's been a lovely treat. And I...
You're funny. You're real funny. You want to learn more? Do you, friend? Nothing's gonna take a couple steps forward. You want to do this little magic trick? Why don't you go piss off a matron mother and see what happens to you?
Oh, how little you know, truly. Matron mother?
Oh, mate, you're fucking boring. Go, do us a favour and fucking do one.
Are we done here?
Oh. Nalfian, do you have a favorite number?
Yeah, it's this one.
Fucking hell.
And he flicks him off. Have a great fucking day. And Nalfian's gonna walk out the room.
Mine's 13. And as you walk away saying that, and he says that, you take a moment to sort of look back towards him, and he's no longer there. Gone, and the light that was in the room is extinguished.
What was that about?
I wish I knew. Nothing fucking good.
Maggie, when the fuck did he get here?
Well, he didn't, he walked in.
Oh,
Just-
calm down, love. Hold on. Oh, give us a minute, and he'll put his revolver back. But, right. Let's get you a nice kettle of tea. Where's your kettle?
It's back in the kitchen.
Right. I'll get the kettle. Where's your tea?
It's also back in the kitchen. Grok, do you just want me to
I'll
help you?
find it. No,
Okay.
don't you worry. You two sit down, because this is weird, and let's make a brew.
Grok walks back towards the kitchen. Maggie leans towards you, Nalfian, and says, he puts on a hard game, but he's really just a big old teddy bear, isn't he?
You don't know the half of it. Can I look at that coin that he gave me?
Yeah, you can. Take a look at it. And you know how it works. It's hard to find a person to, like, sell this to or redeem this to. Like, you can sell this thing on the black market for an exorbitant amount of money. But in order to use it, I mean, you've heard about it before. You've never seen one. But there are in some places around the world, you'll be able to find a woman with a 7-point tattoo, a 7-point star tattoo on the back of her hand. And all you need to do is give them the coin and give them the true name of somebody. And within a fortnight, they'll wind up dead.
Gotcha. Did I get a feeling from that conversation that he knows who I am?
Man.
I can, like, I don't know if I want me to roll an insight check as he's just kind of reflecting on it as he's holding this coin. Or, I don't know what I'd roll for that.
I mean, make an insight check as you're reflecting on it. It's
I'm good at these, as you can see.
Yes. It's really hard to tell. I mean, it seems like he really only knew about the fighting pits and the Echo, because he called you by name, but he didn't mention anything else. I mean, he did chuckle at the matron mother thing, but you're not sure if that's something for him or something about you.
It's just interesting that he has this coin is all. Okay. Well. Nalfi's just annoyed now. It's gonna be a great fucking day.
You just hear muffled in the kitchen, Grok fucking throwing shit around.
Clink, clink, clonk. Grok, are you sure you don't need any help?
Fine, don't you worry.
All right. Oh, my.
So much for going back to bed.
No, I was supposed to be done for the day, but don't think I'm getting much sleep now.
Nalfin just, like, keeps looking back to where this man was sitting. Just expecting him to come back, but I guess not.
You know, I don't know. He just appeared out of nowhere. I was wiping down a counter.
No, don't worry about it. Magic types like him think that they are welcome wherever they go, and we all are supposed to grovel at their feet. You didn't do anything wrong. If he comes back and asks for me again, just tell him to go fuck himself. Unless he has another one of these, then maybe we can talk. He'll just, like, flash her the coin.
What's that?
Trust me, Maggie, you don't want to know.
All right. I trust you.
Grok, whatever you're putting in mine, double it, please.
Yeah. Grot comes out. Right. I don't know if it's tea, but it'll do something.
Nalf will totally just down whatever the fuck he gives him. I don't know what it is, but he's drinking it.
Grok, make a
Chef's tools.
we'll say wisdom or intelligence check, whichever one you want to do. Beautiful. Nalfian, it is more liquor than it is tea. You think that there might just be dry tea leaves in there with, like, rum.
Great.
Yeah.
He will choke for a second, just not expecting it, but just keep going. Fuck it.
Maggie does
We're
that.
in this part.
Maggie does that thing that Aragorn does in Lord of the Rings, like where he like eats the soup that Eowyn made and like waits for her like look away and then goes to pour it out. But Grok looks back. She's like, "Oh no, it's so good." You should.
Best tea I've ever had.
You're great, Grok.
Oh, honestly, you both just lighting me up. You put such a smile on my face this morning.
Well, you deserve it for tea like this.
I know, honestly, it might shock you both. I've never made tea before.
Oh, you haven't, have you? Oh,
Legendary skills,
my.
friend. Well, and better news. He, like takes a hard swallow. Whoever needs someone off, we don't have to do the dirty work ourselves this time.
Mm-hmm.
He'll like wiggle the coin around.
Has Grok ever seen one of them?
Oh, Grok, you haven't seen them, but you know of them. You heard about this a lot, especially in your journeys in the Gemstone Archipelago. Yeah, this is something that was used a lot there because business there is cutthroat, literally. And you've heard about these coins being exchanged and how even the most powerful merchant lords, no matter their guards, doesn't matter. The sisters always get them.
They rare as shite, them, you know, now.
Well, they must have
Never-
been pretty.
I mean, I've heard of them, but I've never seen one. Fucking well rare.
He must have really needed to see me for some strange reason, I guess. I'm
Right,
just-
I'm not being funny though. Do you know how much they're worth?
I don't,
Well-
but I can only imagine.
All I'm saying is that's a fucking pretty penny, just to see some you know, some trick.
It could come in handy sooner or later.
No, I'm sure it will. I just think it's pretty fucking weird. This knobhead turns up, middle of the night. He's like, "Here you go, mate. Have this thing that's worth absolutely shite loads," and just, you know, say, "Oh, hey, up, here's me."
I don't know. Fucking weirder shit has happened, but it's fucking wild, and I'm not sure what to make of it. I guess we'll just have to keep an eye out if he comes back and just dying for more of me. I've only ever had a few people ask, but it's not something I'd like to share much about. It didn't come about in a very pretty way.
No.
Nelfin is just kind of like looking the direction of where Emerald was this entire time.
As Nalfion looks away, Grog's pouring him another mug of tea.
Oh. Yes, this
Don't
will get
worry.
me through the day.
I'll keep you filled up.
Ah, where would I be without you? Oh, is that was that him over there? Nelfin will like point.
Fuck him where? He just pulls out his revolver and just turns.
Nelfin's gonna like dump that shit into the nearest potted plant. Ah,
Can see
you know
the,
what? I think it was just a trick of the eye. Trick of the eye wasn't him.
See the steam rise from the soil as the plant just begins to die.
All right, well, you know what? I guess I'm fucking awake for the day. Might as well get an early start. Maggie, thank you for your patience, dear.
Oh, of course. Just. And you see her kind of like has now moved the tea very far away from where she's sitting. And listen, I know we haven't known each other exactly for that long, but listen, I've come to take a liking to both of you. And I've seen a lot of people come through this tavern, and I've seen a lot of people get neck deep in shite they shouldn't be in. And I know that you're capable of protecting yourself, but please, as a favor to me, try not to get too deep in the shite, alright?
Yeah, aye.
I will do my best, Maggie, and that's all I can promise.
Alright, well,
It's not every day you have magicians popping in and out asking to see you and giving you very priceless currency. I'm afraid we're already in some shit, and I don't know exactly when we stepped in it. He gets it.
alright, well, Fuck, at least... Fucking adventurers. You know, you come blazing through any town you go into, you make the people there care about you, and then you whisk away on some other wayward adventure, not giving a care to the people you leave behind, and it's just rude.
You hear that, Grok? She cares about you. Nothing will, like, nudge Grok.
Everyone cares about me. I'm a charming man.
That you are, big fella.
Oh, Grok, yes, you are. And with that, I'm going to get dressed. Maggie, good morning. And Nalfin's gonna rise from his seat.
Good morning, indeed. Well, I think it's time I hit the hay. Thanks for the tea, Grok. I appreciate it.
No worries.
She kind of picks up the glasses, takes them back to the kitchen. And you can see she heads back, and then eventually heads back out. And as she's leaving Grok, she just sort of stops by you as you're still sitting at the bar top and says, like I said, I don't know why he was here to see Nalfian, but if anyone can keep him safe, it's you, Grok. She kind of weakly smiles and grabs your hand and squeezes it. And
Cheers, love. I'll be doing that.
she heads out, leaves the tavern. You can see a few more barkeeps and barmaids enter and start cleaning up, getting ready for a breakfast service at about this point. But eventually, all of you, Nalfian, you go and get dressed, but Eurydice and Twig, you make your way down, and you can now all be there. And Den makes his way down as well, as he's been staying here, getting ready to leave. So with that, the five of you now back down. I'm assuming making your way to a booth of some kind to discuss what activities you have for the day before you leave.
Well, I mean, shit, I should probably get dressed in a minute and put this fucking gun away. But I think I need to go see Theodore, to be fair. Poor lad.
Yes, unfortunately, it would be better that he knew.
Aye. Well, you know, at the end of the day, it's pretty shit, but we've done the right thing. Stopped them being, you know, some fucking thing.
This is true. The fate could have been far worse.
Oh, sorry, you're right, Twig. Din, do you want some tea?
Maybe not Twig.
He gives a bit of a weird look and it's like, oh, I generally like tea. Go take
It's
some.
very strong tea.
Oh,
I don't
Oh,
like strong
hold
tea.
on,
I don't see
hold
why
on.
I can't.
Why don't you get some orange juice, dear? Orange juice,
No.
Maggie? Oh,
No, it's fine, hold on. Grockle down his quote unquote tea and pour another mug and push it in front of everyone. Whatever mugs are left, he'll
Oh
just start
my
pushing
God.
them.
thank you, Grok. And you can see
Don't
Din
worry.
take a sip and just spit it all out in front of him. Oh! You said this was
Is
tea.
it hot?
You said it was tea. No, it's cold.
Is it?
Hot.
it is.
It's really hot. My mouth is just burning. That's what that is.
Ah, my throat.
I've been
What's
told
wrong,
it's
Twig?
good tea. I've not made tea before. Everyone's told me it was good.
It's really good. It's just warm.
Grok, I will teach you how to make real tea. I think this is alchemist fire. Ah!
Did you give one to Twig?
Yeah, he would have. That's what I mean. He would have downed his mug, filled that, and pushed it in front of Twig.
I pull it
mean-
away. I fucking pull this shit away with telekinesis so fast.
Yeah, like just about as Twig is like ready to like down it, it's just about to like hit, like she's just about to drink it. You're to see you like gag and then pull it away from her, and it kind of spills over the table.
Clumsy. Watch out.
Oh, Grok, it was a.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I reacted harshly. It was a good attempt. I just You see,
Not everyone can handle the flavors.
exactly. There's a
I
very.
understand, isn't it just tea?
Yeah,
Um,
it's just
it's
I got some
very strong.
tea leaves from the back. Got some what's it called? What's the thing you make it with? You know, to dilute the tea with.
Butter?
Water?
Rum.
It makes a lot of sense now.
Oh.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Typically you would use water.
Well, that's fucking boring.
Yes, it is.
Why'd you put fucking water in it if you could put like rum in it?
You know,
It's
Grok,
a great way to wake up in the morning.
that is
Grok
a very
knows.
good point. Yes.
You
I-
got the tea.
so
You got the
awake.
tea for the flavour. You got the rum to warm you up. Starts your day off right. I cracked a fucking tooth and I can't feel a fucking thing.
You
On
cracked
the
a tooth?
tea?
Yeah, I did
Oh,
right.
Grok just says it really nonchalant. He just kind of gets up, downs another mug of this fucking minging tea, and says, "Yeah, fuck that special fucking dodgy colour now, Scott. Hold on, getting dressed."
Looking at Nalfian.
Well, yes. You see, kind of claps his hands, not really wanting to talk about this right now. Well, I had a visitor this morning, unexpected. Never met him
Friend of
before.
yours?
No, not a friend at all. You know, the more that I think about it, the more I have no idea who the hell this man was. Just some Immaril is his name. Wanted to see me.
Wait, did you say Immaril?
Yes, do you know him?
Very vaguely.
Great, fill me in because he seemed like a dickhead.
Well, that's the thing is I don't know all that much. In all honesty, you can see Din sort of shifting uncomfortable. His name has come up more recently as he has been associated with what's been going on in Afara.
Then, dear, I have no idea what the hell any of that is that you just said.
Sorry.
Who is this guy?
Well, Afara is a continent to the north. There's a conflict that. Oh yeah, actually, Eurydice, you would remember. Yeah, she did. She said that the Warforged that she was with, Sentinel, mentioned how there was a man named Immaril who had something to do with maybe their revitalization or creation. So that does, the name also does stick out for you in that regard. But there's, okay. But there is, well, there's a city called New Afara that is there that is, well, makes me uncomfortable to speak of, but it has not a lot of good practices going on in the city between the slave trade and extortion of the natives there. And,
Is this man involved in that?
well, he is a, as far as I come to understand it from what I've read, he's a private agent who's, for some reason, working for the Governado, the owner of the city. He's not
And-
involved in the slave trade at all, but he's doing something for the Governado, but I don't
Any
exactly
reason
know.
why I would be oh so interesting to him that he would follow me from place to place,
Well,
offer me something worth quite a bit just to see me
well,
and what I can do.
that is the thing that is odd. Is at least last I had heard, he was working for the Governado, but then there was a revolution that started there, and a week or two in, he vanished from there, and he is a very powerful mage. He took his entire tower with him. I have no idea where he went or what exactly he plans to do now, but if he's here for you, I don't know. I mean,
Well, he came to see me and then left. And in exchange for seeing me, he gave me this. But nothing will show everyone at the table.
oh,
Which can only make me assume that it was important to him.
very.
I don't think that it is me who he's interested in, per se, but more so what it is that I can do. And he seems to think that he knows how it's done. But in my experience, it was not exactly what he was describing. Seems like he was more interested in that than just me. I don't know if that means anything to you, Din, but
What did he say? You speak of your, and please stop me if I'm presuming your echo, correct?
correct.
Right. Sorry. What exactly did he say it was?
His jaw kind of tightened as he just attempts to not look at anyone else at the table, except for Grok. 'Cause he was there.
At about this point, Grok's probably coming back down, fully kitted out now.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
According to him, it is an alternate timeline of myself.
Tunamancy?
Oh, yes, that's the fun word he used.
Well, you know, I was interested at first.
Tsunamaki?
Yes, that is the dwarvish pronunciation of the word. But
Eh?
yes. But the thing is, Dunamancy is, well, it's a madman's game, truly. Manipulation of time and the current of events. There have been many.
He seemed very interested in it.
Well, yes, many are. Typically, it's all-consuming of them. Most of these people, they've made a mistake somewhere in their life, and they can't undo it, so they try and use magic to do it. But the thing most people don't understand is you can't just snip out a piece of history and replace it. It's well, there's a butterfly effect, I suppose you would say. One event triggers another event, triggers another event, triggers another event. To change just one, you upset the entire pattern. So, Dunamancy is something that is only tried by madmen or those powerful enough to wield magics that could bend time, but typically those people are kept in check by deities and entities of law and order.
All that being said, fuck if I know.
Exactly.
He just was interested in it, and apparently my echo, as you put it, is of that nature, according to him.
Well, I
think he's
severely doubt
wrong.
it. Yeah, I think he's wrong too.
I think we should decide how we are handling our final day. We have places to be, right? Leaving Raven Rock.
Correct. I will follow all of your leads. Whatever you deem is best, I will be there with you.
Brock needs to visit Theodore. Yuri, Twig, is there anything you need to do in town before we leave?
How much time would we say that we have? I have to go and tow the ship first, so they have time to prepare.
Well, if I remember.
I agree with that. We should go to them to see how much time we have before we start committing to anything.
We can do that. I'm sure Heather Scout would like to know everything we've discovered.
Right, well in that case, if we're going back to the ship first, let me get me fucking chest. One sec.
Nuffy, can I see that coin?
Yes. And he'll just kind of like hold it in his hand as she looks at it.
Okay. Does she recognize the thing on it?
Make a history check, because considering Nalfian and Grok's sort of backstory together, definitely something they'd be familiar with, but being close to the college, it's possible that you might have read something about them, but let's see.
Okay.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. 12. You know that there is something... It's a payment of some kind, where it's not just a useless coin or a... like a knick-knack or something like that, or a paperweight even. It's nothing like that. You know that it has some value, and you can just tell that from the way Nalfian's reacting about it. But in terms of what order it belongs to, that you don't know.
Okay. And
Yeah.
do I get the sense that it's magical?
Let's see. I'd say yeah. I mean, just from the general nature of it, and maybe it now, considering your intelligence with most things, you do kind of put together that it would make sense that if Grok lost his tooth this morning and there wasn't a fight, that he might have tried to bite down on this thing, and that might have been what busted his tooth.
Okay.
Some very intense sort of Sherlock mental math you're doing there, but you get there.
Okay. Juice nods.
Okay.
Okay. It's interesting. Do you know what it is? Exactly?
Oh, I know exactly what it is.
Grok comes stomping back down the stairs, carrying his chest at this point.
Okay.
All right,
She kind of
well-
raises her eyebrows, waiting for him to explain.
And Alfin just smiles at her. All right, ladies, well, get your things. We're heading back to the boat.
Oh, thank fuck, this thing weighs a bastard ton.
Alfin just smiles at Yuri, and he's gonna get up and he's gonna go collect his stuff.
Okay, sounds good. So you go collect your stuff. I'm assuming then everybody's sort of collecting your stuff all together?
Twig at some point will probably before she actually starts collecting all her things, she's just gonna knock on the boys' room. And she's just gonna, like, I assume, if Grok's gone, like, now feeling answer, and just...
If we're gonna be leaving, I feel like it's a good idea not to leave with, well, the running mirror shards everywhere.
It's kind of like giving Nalf a look like I know that there's something there, but I'm not gonna ask.
Alfie just kind of looks over, realizing him and Grok totally would have neither of them would have bothered to pick that shit up.
Davida just kind of like stepped over the glass.
Just every time they go into the room.
That's future me's problem.
Yes, I suppose it wouldn't be kind of us to leave a mess for Maggie. Is this what you
I
came...
think I can. Well, I think I can fix it.
Just like looks at her and then at the mirror shards on the ground. All right, go ahead.
She's just gonna kind of like sit down next to it. I can imagine they're just like massive shards because it's just like, you know, old glass making techniques and just try and like piece things together and then just like start just cast mending on the little shards.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Eventually after, maybe it'd probably take you maybe 5-10 minutes, but using mending on each piece, sort of like its own little very dangerous puzzle.
Yeah.
you do eventually put everything back together, being very, very careful. And you get it all together, and you have now repaired one mirror.
Well,
Achievement.
Maggie will be quite happy. Thank you.
I feel like she's dealt with enough from us, so I thought this was, I guess, the least we could do.
You are very correct in that sentence. Very, very nice of us. Are you ready? Do you have everything you need?
Most of it, there's just a few more things.
All right, well, make sure you don't leave anything behind. I don't know if we'll be coming back to Raven Rock anytime soon.
Right.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
I mean
Are you
about...
okay?
Oh, I'm always okay, but I mean about yesterday. With the name.
Well, I mean, it's all happened now.
Just gonna kind of like get up from where she's, I guess, been kind of sitting over the mirror and just kind of dust herself out and just start heading out. And go back to the room. Or her room.
Okay. All right. So you head back, and Nalfian, I'm assuming you kind of let her go.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna push it. He'll just gather the rest of his shit and meet Grok downstairs and start heading to the ship.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good to me. So, let me do something real quick. Okay, so everybody, you gather your things, and then you begin to head downstairs. And with that, all your stuff gathered, ready to head out and away then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards the boat.
Alrighty. So you make your way out. You make your way out into Raven Rock, and it is a very, very, very cold. Well, not very cold, but it's definitely starting to get chillier. As you exit, the warmth of the city definitely helped quite a bit, but now being in there, being out in the open, especially now that it's starting to rain, for, I guess, just Kayla and me and any other American people watching, stepping out, it's about 38, 39 degrees Fahrenheit, and for everybody else, it's about 3 to 4 degrees Celsius.
It's chilly.
Yeah, and it's raining. So, as you make your way out, it is cold, and it is a cold rain. As you're sort of carrying your stuff, the rain sort of drizzling down on you, and every once in a while the crack of thunder in the distance. You can see most people have leather flaps pulled up over their heads, sort of covering any materials they have as you begin to make your way through the city streets. So, making your way through, eventually you make your way down and away towards the docks, easy enough. And you can see that although it's still raining, there is quite a bit of chatter going on as people are currently making deals. And you can see, getting back towards where the Southern Star is, the ship that all of you have been using since your adventures began. Nelp's poor hair. Eventually you do get to the ship, and you can see that there's nobody currently above deck except for There we go. Except for right now, Siraroon is currently above deck. Oop, that's not an image. There we go. All right. Aha, that's an image. So you can currently see Siraroon is currently above deck, doing what you can, just sort of being on lookout for right now. You can see this very the complexion of her skin, that sort of like grayish gold complexion, slightly pointed ears, as she's making her way, looking around, keeping an eye on the deck, making sure there's no stowaways making their way aboard, as they've had issues with those in the past. But as the five of you approach with Den, she sort of waves at all of you and then says, "Oh, I see you're bringing another on board. To what do we owe the pleasure this time around?"
He's a friend of ours. He's been helping us with some of the things we've been investigating, and I think he wants to stay. And we would like him to stay and help us some more.
Very well.
His name's Din.
It's nice to meet you, Den. Thank you. It's nice to meet you as well. Great. All right. Well, actually, Captain Heather Scott wanted to talk to you anyway. A lot going on, and it seems as though you all have kept yourselves busy, so he's waiting for you in his quarters.
Right, let me just dump off this chest and I'll... we still got the same quarters?
Of course. Nothing's been disturbed in there.
Right, give us a sec and I'll catch you up.
Alright, so Grok, you make your way down below deck, still hearing the pitter-patter of the rain on the above deck, but you take your stuff back to yours and Nalfian's room and shove your chest right at the end of your bed in the ship, and you make your way back up. At this point, all the rest of you are heading sort of into the captain's quarters there, and there you can see, man, I did it again. Look at that image. Hey, there we go. Ahaha.
Oh boy.
Making your way in, you can see, it's been a while, but you can see the middle-aged half-elf man, Captain Heather Scott, and you can see the wooden arm on his right hand, or the wooden barrel on his right hand, and he smiles as all of you enter and says, "Well, gotta say you're a sight for sore eyes. Missed seeing you around the ship the past couple of days."
Well, get used to seeing us a lot because we are ready to head out. And we have a lot to talk about.
That I bet we do. Well, needless to say, there are a few things that I think that I should inform all of you about, and then we can swap information. So, while all of you were up and away doing what you needed to do for the good of this fine nation, we were working as well, and, well, anytime we come to Raven Rock, it is rather profitable, to say the least. So, as always, any wealth that is accumulated is divided equally between the crew, and considering, although you're not on the ship staying here, you're still a part of the crew. So, that wealth is divided equally amongst everyone. So, that being... Oh, and he sort of looks to Den. And this is a new crewmate? Another one? Yes, hi. All right, well, whatever. Well, no gold for you just now. I'm sure that they could all chip in to give you whatever you need. But here, for each one of you, in their own nice little designer pouches, and he tosses each one of you a pouch with 75 gold in it.
Oh, heck yeah.
And Grok, just as you're coming in, shutting the door behind you, just a pouch of gold is flown at you. You have the hand-eye coordination to catch it, unless you think that Grok would just be too, like, huh?
I think he'd walk in and it would just thump against his chest and be like, "You alright?"
Sorry, I thought you'd, Pleasure as always, Grok. Well, so that's the payment. We were able to do a few things. We were able to get any debts squared away with Tarkarian Trading Company or any of the smaller companies, so we should have no issue running into anytime we run into any pit stops along the way.
What about those fucking own Corsair knobheads?
The Horn Corsairs, well,
Seeing as we fucking killed him.
well, I wish that was the only one. The only two ships, but sadly they're quite the formidable foe. I was able to get a deal going on, and this is actually something I wanted to talk to you about, Grok. Because you have a way with words, especially with a certain breed of people, if you know what I mean.
Aye, sailors.
Uh-huh. Anyway, there have been a group of ragtag sailors who have been on the southern port side of the city, and the Horn Corsairs, their representative in the city, wants those sailors dealt with in whatever way seems possible. And, well, I know that all of you are busy, but I figured that might be something right up Grok's alley. They're a bunch of shit-for-brains pirates who don't know the stern from the bow or port from starboard. So, they found some guns, they found a ship, and they think they're the kings of the ocean now. Well, the Horn Corsairs want them to know differently. So, I figured that might be something fun for you to do before you leave. And if you don't, I can send Miazzo and Siraroon, and they can deal with it. But I figured you might enjoy yourself, Grok.
Say yes, Grok.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm down. And plus, I don't think he'd mind the practice either.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, sure. As many of you can go as you like, but, I mean, honestly, Grok and Nalfian combined, I don't know if, Eurydice and Twig, I don't know if you'd help or hinder their progress. But it's entirely up to you. Might be a little fun. Well, that is what I have for you. I figured, Siraroon gave you that information about seeing everything by the well. And from what I understand, you investigated and then got arrested, it seemed. Spent a lot of time in the in the King's Yard. Hopefully that was on purpose, not on accident.
Nalfian looks to Eurydice.
Yes, we followed one of the leads that we got, and we may have trodden on the toes of Reinhardt a little bit.
Ooh, nasty business, that man. Oof. Oof.
Oh, we're great
Actually-
friends.
Oh,
Not that bad.
oh, really?
It's fine. Yes. Well,
I wasn't too fond of
we
That's why I like you, Grok.
we ate up with him, and he actually helped us to make some progress. We did eventually manage to find the snake in the grass whilst we were here, so put down that kind of operation. But we also learned about where the lily went, where
Very
the
good.
children went.
Oh, good. So, what's the plan? What's the next stop in the course?
Well, she looks at Nalfian. It's like, would you like to explain it, since I don't want to hinder your abilities or progress?
I'm not the brightest bulb, but that sounded a bit shitty.
Looks a little bit ticked off.
I didn't mean to insult at all. I was merely making a joke. I apologize if it caused any offense at all. I'm sure that, be it necessary, you could frighten thousands of would-be pirates.
I imagine so. Anyway, the lily is in Eisenalor, supposed to cause mass devastation to the wildlife and potentially many other problems, whilst the children were sent up north to the king in the swamp to become initiates, something along those lines. And we thought it best that we follow the lily due to some rather precarious and tense political reasons down south, whilst Reinhardt has sent people up north to deal with that problem.
Oh, well, quite the quite the setup. Isanalor, that's nasty business.
Well, we were hoping you could just take us to Dragon's Bay, and we'll get there from there.
Oh, of course. Dragon's Bay, also nasty business. Yeah, you see, Dragon's Bay, you have to be careful. They have a funny way of doing things there. Might take me a couple hours. I'll get the paperwork here, but we should be good by the time we get there. See, Dragon's Bay is, it is a city-state of a sorts that exists within the confines and the borders of the nation of Iverion. It was gifted by King Kjaldarson to a man named Duradine Dupree for serving in civil war, giving soldiers and troops, and the wealth to Tarkirian Trading Company. And listen, I met that walrus of a man, and not pleasant. And the city's not pleasant either. All they do is try and steal money from every two-bit adventurer that comes walking through their gates, and they have it down to a science. So, we can go through Dragon's Bay. It's definitely an option. There'd be beautiful taverns, great food, great blacksmiths, great stores, great everything. All for exorbitant prices, or we can dock up on the shore a few miles west. And Isanalor is all the same, closer. It's up to you, but...
Is it safer down a ways, then, rather than directly in Dragon's Bay? You don't seem too thrilled.
I just, Well, listen, I have some personal skin in the game here, too. There's an old associate of mine who, well, last I heard they were living it up in Dragon's Bay. And I'd prefer to try and avoid it as best I can. In all honesty, and also, sadly, Alo and Sally, they, obviously, they can leave the ship whenever they like, but I don't want them to get swept up in the life of an adventurer, especially in Dragon's Bay. It's a quick ticket to being broke and being in debt to the wrong people.
Well, if that's what you think, then... If it's only a few miles out, I'm sure we can make the trek.
Of course. And if there might be a small village, fishing village, along the coast, we'll double-check the maps in the meantime. But I'll also go get the paperwork just in case. You never know.
How long before we can leave?
A couple hours at the most.
Right.
Well, is there anything we can do to help with the transition back to sea, or are you all ready to go when I have the paperwork?
I think we just have a few small errands to run, but we'll be back in a few hours.
All right. Well, by the time you get back, I should be back, and we'll be good to head off to sea. Oh, by the way, Lotus took that Jorah fellow to Elowen's temple, and apparently he's doing much better now. He said he wanted to speak to all of you whenever he had the chance, whenever you all got the chance. He's below deck now. You can do it now or later. It's up to you.
We should go check now and just see how he's doing.
Alright. Can't hurt. Well, let's move, because the best we not stall time at all. I'd rather leave this place.
All right. Well, I'm going to head out, and I will see you shortly. Smiles and heads out of the captain's quarters. There's some trust that he has with the four of you, because he leaves the captain's quarters before all of you do. So there's some trust there with all of you to not be digging where you shouldn't be. From the waterfall to the ship, maybe 15, 20 minutes. You're pretty
Okay.
close. Yeah. Okay. So, Captain Heather Scott makes his way to get that paperwork for the safe landing and docking in Dragon's Bay, should worse comes to worse. And then, does everybody head down to check on Jorah, or is this where we sort of...
I'd encourage
Divide.
everyone to come
Yeah, go.
for this.
Yeah. Now we'll see Lotus.
Oh, girl. Oh my God, girl. Okay. Okay. So, all of you head down below deck on the Southern Star, which, just so we can get some of that sweet, sweet, sweet ship artwork. Like I said, very similar to this one, just instead of tentacles at the front, like a good ship would have, it has like little clusters of stars. All right, there's that. But you head below deck, and you can see that there's a group of most of the crew is down here, talking, joking with one another, drinking. Right now, you all can see Auntie Scar sort of cooking up something below deck, and laughing and joking as she's currently making some type of breakfast stew for everybody. She sees all of you approach and says,
Oh, would you like any breakfast? It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Oh, 100%. Chuck us a bowl of that. I'll take it with me.
all right. And she makes you a bowl, drops it. It's very like porridge, very, very thick. Probably not a lot of flavor, as she might be saving the good stuff for later in the voyage, but it is very filling. And she hands it off to you.
Anyone else?
That's quite alright, dear.
I think we ate already, thank you.
Very well.
What? I don't remember seeing you eat.
I think I'm rather full from the tea.
Okay. So, you all can see that Jorah is sitting down there, sipping from some porridge, and you can see that he's wearing a much more fitting clothing rather than the tattered rags he was wearing. He's wearing almost what looks like definitely wealthy merchant clothing. No shoes still, but he sees all of you and smiles. And Jorah, show everybody, says,
It is good to see all of you. Please, if you have the time, I'd love to speak to you in private.
Yes, we have the time.
Great. And you see him kind of stand up and flatten out his clothes and head back towards one of the rooms, probably the same one where Grok and Alfian have been staying. And as he walked towards the back of the room, he says,
I have to thank all of you. From the deepest corner of my heart. As if not for all of you, I would have probably died on that island. Not been able to remember who I was and what I was doing.
Well, it's good to see that you are looking very well. You've regained all of your memories then?
Yes, I remember it all very clearly now.
Now if he just like looks at him, not trying to be like expectingly, but expectingly.
He notices, he notes it, and says,
You all will learn in time. It is still a little foggy, and I would like to be able to show everyone when I remember all of it.
I take it you're staying on the ship then.
For the time being, yes. I will be departing soon. But I will always remember that kindness you did for me. You could have left me on that beach to die, and I would not have blamed you for it. I owe you a debt, and when I can, I will pay it back. But as I said, I need a little bit more time. But I will tell you everything I know shortly.
you can just see him smiling, just very genuinely thankful.
Well, nothing will just like.
Take us-
Oh, go ahead.
But she was just gonna say, just take as much time as you need. Don't worry about it. Don't owe us anything.
You are too kind.
He smiles, a very, very toothy grin. And with that, walks with the rest of you back towards the group of people, sits back down where he was, and rejoins everybody laughing and joking around the sort of central cook pit in the below deck. So, then with that, as everybody's sort of sitting down there joking, laughing, drinking their porridge on this cold, no hearth fire day. It's sort of like middle ground between autumn and winter. Cold and rainy. What do you guys want to do? Still have a couple hours before you head out and away, back on sea. What's the vibe? What's the choice here?
Malphite has nothing he needs to do in Raven Rock at this point. He's ready to bounce. There's too many weird shit. People knowing his name here.
Oh man.
Ulysses gonna try to sneak off at some point.
Sneak off.
Yeah, good luck with that.
What are you doing?
Grok wants to see Theodore and kick the shit out of some pirates.
Okay. Sounds good.
And Twig just she wants to see if she can get like a little bit of a stock of bolts going. If Nalf's not doing anything, she'd probably ask him to come along just for, you know, company, and also because I guess he'd probably know where to find things better. And at some point she would also like to send off a letter.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Okay.
I'll show her where the finest bolts in town are.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Isaac would be on the way to Theodore's, right? He'd be in that same area.
actually, yes, it would. The Smithies area of Raven Rock. Here, I can actually pull all to scene. There you go.
Yeah. So if we've only got a couple of hours, I feel like it's probably not a good idea to have to be wandering around trying to find things.
Yeah, that would maybe not be great. So yeah, let's get some. It's still raining, so let's get a little bit of rain going on here. Oh yeah, look at that. Effects. And it is, yep, it's still a little cloudy outside. Rain clouds surrounding everywhere as it's just sort of pouring down in the center here. So, Theodore, then pirates. You mean. Oh, wait a second. Why is that in Elvish? Just cause. Okay.
I messed up.
Now we can't read it. Some of us don't know Elvish, guys.
Okay. So, Din is going to stay on the ship as he just kind of wants to get, he wants to try and familiarize himself with some of the crew, see if he can get things figured out there. So, Eurydice, where exactly are you headed? Since you're trying to sneak off, it'd actually be pretty easy since everybody else is going to do stuff.
Okay. You would have tried to like break away. What are you guys talking?
Aren't we supposed to be telling each other when we have stuff to do and leaving notes and whatnot?
No one else will read that.
No, I don't know what that is.
What? It's grok and knees.
Did you add that, Jamie?
No.
No, you didn't. Why?
Why do I have this?
Wait, why do you speak Grockanese?
I didn't add that.
I don't even know how I would add a language.
That's
What
weird.
I also like that Grok doesn't have Goblin, it's his own language.
Wait, can you read what I've been like saying?
No.
No.
Because, wait a second.
No.
Let me
But
see
like
something
in
here.
what? Why am I the only one that speaks Grockanese?
Let me go to your languages here. Yeah, Grockanese. What?
That's wild.
I
Oh,
swear to God,
it's
I
a
did not add
custom
this.
language. What did you do?
I didn't do
Here,
anything.
I'll add it to Grok's thing.
It only makes sense.
There you go. Twig and Grok can speak Grockanese now. It's canon. It's
fuck
been
are we?
canonicized.
It's like pig Latin, but worse.
I don't understand.
By
it's
the
like
way,
Goblin pirates can't.
by the way, those of you watching and not sure what the chat is saying, in the module that, or in the virtual tabletop that I use, Foundry, it has a module, like a mod that I can install called Polygot, which allows characters in chat to speak in a language they know. And apparently somebody added Grockanese to it that was not me. So there's a mystery DM out there who hacked into my game somehow. So yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alrighty. I literally don't understand. I don't know either. But with that, Eurydice, you head off one way. Grok, you head off. Well, actually, Grok, you would end up heading with the three of them, right? Because Theodore's right in that area too.
Yeah, I'd stick with Albion's work.
So then, Eurydice, if you were trying to separate away from the group, it might be a little more difficult, especially unless you were just going to stay. You were going to stay on the ship.
No, she's gonna try and... Okay, she wouldn't sneak. She'd just be like, I'm gonna go do this thing. Then walk away.
Okay.
Okay, that wasn't suspicious at all.
Does anybody
gonna-
inquire or just...
What thing?
Things. Acts of kindness stuff.
That was a long pause, Yuri.
Normally, people who are doing
Come
act.
with you.
Yeah, Twig's good at kindness.
Yeah, I was just gonna go and get myself. She's kind of backing towards where that
I
waterfall
love
is.
the image of all three of them just staring at Eurydice, trying to come up with words and just failing.
Yeah, that's what she's doing right now. She's kind of backing up towards where the waterfall was that they went to.
You mean where the crackheads were?
Yeah.
Eurydice, where do you think you're going?
Well, you see, was that waterfall, and I just...
No. We're gonna go see Theodore. We're gonna get Twig some bolts, and if there's anything else you need, you can pick it up there. Let's go.
You can't just tell me what to do. I can just go and do things myself.
And go endanger your life for people who don't deserve it?
don't know that they don't deserve it.
I do know that they choose to be down there. Eurydice, we had this conversation. Everybody had this conversation. Not everybody deserves to be saved.
Well, regardless of whether it's a, well, on the basis of whether they deserve it or not, I don't think there is any saving them. I thought that was already established.
What's the fucking point? You're just gonna end up getting stabbed or some shit.
Right.
They've made the choice to be down there, so I think they, well, need to live with that now.
We didn't make the choice. They didn't think, let me go and...
You know what will
in a
happen,
cave.
Eurydice, if you bring those people up here? They're gonna hurt someone because they can't get their fix. You understand that, right? You bring them up here, you're endangering way more lives than you are saving.
And
Now,
plus,
come on.
you heard Reinhardt. You saw them down there. They've got no. But they're not asked about fucking stabbing you since they see you.
Fine. I won't go, but I'm still sticking with the idea that they don't deserve to be seen how everyone seems to think they are.
That's a nice story.
You don't know why they're down there. You don't know why they're in that situation.
I'll be honest,
I have no
Yuri, as
idea.
blunt as it sounds, I couldn't give a flying fuck. I'm not down there, so I couldn't give a shit.
And
Well, I
personally-
don't think we have much time here anyway, so I don't think it's a problem that could be solved in a couple of hours.
And personally, I'd much rather you be alive than them. So, let's go see Theodore then. And Nalfin will, like, offer his hand to kind of, like, pull her away.
She kind of locks her jaw and then takes his hand. She looks kind of upset. She doesn't say anything else.
Sweet. Okay. Duly noted. Tension rising among the ranks. I don't
Is
know.
that not?
What's changing?
Okay. So with that, all of you make your way into the Smithies district of the city. So all of you can see image content of the taking a second to pop up. Hey, there it is. All right. So getting towards this area, you can see that there are tons of forge fires in this area. People pounding away at different swords, armor, shields, leather workers creating armor or wrappings for weapons, scabbards, or anything of the sort. Arrows, fletchers, bows, crossbows, people creating guns or forging ammo. Literally all of it is in this small pocket of the town. And all of you know exactly where you need to go to get to Theodore. You find your way to the line of gnomes and halflings working on very, very small, delicate things. And then you find Theodore, the furbolg with a soft touch. And as you approach, you can see that he still has on his like sort of mustard-stained leather apron with like different smatches of like black powder on it. His like partially undone button-up shirt, his shaggy brown hair that's getting into his eyes that he kind of has to pull away every once in a while. And eventually he takes a small leather strap and pulls his hair back and just ties a leather strap in a knot as you're approaching and continues to work. And as you eventually get close enough that you're within his peripherals, he goes,
Grok, and all of the rest of you, Naldian and Yidrisi, and Stick.
Spot on, mate.
Yeah, good. I'm very happy to see all of you again. Well,
Oh,
what brings you back to where I am?
okay, come to see you, Fatal. Well,
Oh,
got some bad news that we're leaving soon.
oh, well, that's okay. Most people end up leaving anyway. I understand.
But that work you did for Grok and that cannon, spot on, friend.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
Well, you've earned it. It's great work.
Thank you.
Uh, Listen, Fedor, this isn't gonna be easy.
What won't be easy? I've had to deal with people leaving before.
No, when did you last go home?
Well, suppose it hasn't been for a while. I've been so caught up with work that it's been. Oh, oh no. Oh, it's been a long time. I just get so distracted sometimes that I forget about other things. And. Oh,
Well, and I'm sure you have great friends and family here in town, right?
Grok gives Nalfion a look.
I have Grok. Grok is a good friend.
Best friends.
Best friends. But,
And the people you work with, I'm sure, are great.
oh, they are. They are fine. They, they have a funny way of, making jokes. Typically, it's, mostly about me. Sometimes they
Which
are.
one? Do you want me to slap him a few times?
No, no, it's okay. When we blew up the, the straw, I just think of that whenever they say things, and it makes me feel better.
That's what you should do. Well, you see, the reason I asked last time you've been home is we've been out that way, you see, and I didn't realise it was your place.
Oh. You saw my home.
Aye, they were brewers, weren't they?
Yes, my father he would collect wines from all around the world and then sell them to people around Iverion. And he also liked to carve wood a lot. I remember he would make a lot of fun little statues. he was very good at it.
Well, you see, they're not there anymore, Fazo.
No? What
No.
happened to them?
We're not sure. I think they left this note saying that they're looking for this rare type of wine, and they're off on some big adventure, and there's the only one like it in the world, and they're just looking for it.
Oh.
Some dickheads are taking over the place, but we dealt with them.
Oh, you did?
Well, you see, the house was in a pretty shit state when we got there, because
Oh,
the
no.
knobheads that took over. But it's a bit of disrepair, like some some of these big fucking spider, freaky fucking ugly bastards.
Okay.
But it sounds like your lot got out and they're on some big adventure. That's why these dickheads thought, oh, let's chance it, let's have the place. So we couldn't, get rid of the spiders, but we got rid of them. But sounds like your lot's off to find some rare wine.
Oh. Oh, well, that is good. Good for them. I would have liked to
But
have gone on an adventure. Why didn't they come and
well,
find me?
I think it was top secret.
Oh.
But I've got. This is the last one I got of these, but I wanted to drop this off, just so you're well, not that you have to remember me because I'm coming back, but it's my last one, so don't lose it. And it's a dragon's tooth. This, literally a dragon's tooth.
A dragon's tooth?
Aye, some big fucking blue dragon. Aye.
Really?
And Grok will reach into his little pouch and pull out his last dragon's tooth.
Oh. Thank you, Grok.
Now, if they say anything, you're the one who's killed a fucking dragon. You got a tooth to prove it. Killed it with your fucking cannon.
I did kill it with my cannon.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have said something, is all.
No, I know, mate, but trust me, when I'm back here, I'll take you on a little adventure. We'll find. We'll go on my boat. I've got my own boat. I'll bring it round. We'll go out sometime. Promise.
Okay. You promise.
Promise. And besides, Nelfian's mate, he'll take you. And he's looking at Nelfian. Oggy, he'll take you out.
Oh yes, anytime you need. Augie's a great guy. I think you would honestly get along really well.
Augie. Oh,
He runs a fighting pits now.
is he,
Tall, green, big fucker, yeah. That one.
tall, green, big fucker?
If you call him that, just make sure you say Nelfian told you to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you know what? I'll send them around, and all the best fighters in the city will be coming to Theodore's for all their equipment. Would you like that?
I would like that quite a bit.
Alright, I'll put in a good word for you, friend.
Thank you.
Of course. I'm sure once all these friends around here see you are working for the best, they'll definitely be impressed with everything you have.
Oh, jealous.
Or jealous.
To make them jealous would be nice, wouldn't it?
Exactly, little shitheads.
And Theodore's going to kind of come around his small workbench area, this very shanty shack that he has where he does all of his building and constructing, and he just these massive arms just scoops in all four of you and just squeezes you.
Thank you. Most people don't care, but you four are different. Thank you.
You're welcome, mate.
He squeezes
Anytime.
extra hard and then lets go. And then you can see him kind of go to wipe away the tears and...
Okay. I killed a dragon. Which means I
You're a
don't
fucking
cry.
dragon slayer.
Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayers are strong.
See him kind of tuck it into one of the little folds in his apron. And smiles at all of you. And goes back to sitting down. And goes back to working. Does anybody has anything else they'd like to say to Theodore?
My heart is broken.
Same.
Does Theodore sell bolts? I'll be his best
I
paying
don't think it's
customer.
his thing, right?
No, I
See,
don't
like,
think so.
I need like more cannonballs and bullets, but I can't bring myself to like just be like, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I'd rather just
Yeah.
not have any.
Yeah, no. If not, Nalfine will just kind of like give him a really good like nod, and he will try to find help Twig find someone who does sell bolts in this area.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. So you make your way from there to Fletcher. Now, are you looking for just regular old bolts, or are you looking for someone with a little bit more oomph?
I mean, I would like one that's a bit more spicy, if you know what I mean, but,
Spicy.
you know.
Now, just as a
That's
reminder,
nice.
I don't know if you forgot about it, but you still do have those like monstrosity slaying bolts.
Oh, the slaying bolts.
Yeah, but we haven't really come across any monsters yet, so
Okay, all right.
I'm saving them. But you.
Okay. Very cool. So, yeah, you can find that easy enough. And even if you want some with a little bit more oomph, you can find a Fletcher who specializes in that. And pretty much, right, just to sort of get to the point, no need to roleplay this specific one, but pretty much any elemental type aside from psychic, right, because that doesn't exactly apply, but pretty much any other elemental type, you can buy one of those bolts that deals an extra elemental damage on top of the regular D10 for your, or D8 for your light crossbow. Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes.
Pretty much it does an extra D6 of elemental damage. However, it breaks after use. And
Yep.
those ones are 15 gold apiece.
I will pay for them.
All right. So whatever
How many you want, Twig?
whatever flavor you want, you can have it. This is the ultimate ice cream parlor.
Oh, God.
I was taking you shopping.
Now I feel bad for how many I'm gonna get. I don't know. How much were they? 15 gold each, right?
Uh-huh. Yep, and does an extra D6 damage on each one.
Right. I mean, probably just get maybe 5.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
So we got
Things are kind of weird.
acid, we got cold, we got fire, we got lightning, we got poison, we got thunder, and then radiant and necrotic.
I was thinking what should vibe with. I don't know.
Oh,
Let's
shit,
go
fire
lightning. I feel
arrows
like
like
that's
fucking
spicy.
Zelda. Radiant light hour, like Ocarina of Time.
Oh, radiant ass little bolts. Man.
Okay, lightning.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do. Yeah, I'll do lightning.
5 lightning bolts.
Make
Good
it
job.
10.
Make it 10. God
Yep.
damn. All right.
It's 150 gold.
Whew.
Jesus.
Expensive. All right, let me add these to your inventory real quick. Consumables,
Oh, no, I was just-
add. Oh yeah, I can
work.
do it because I can add it so it like does extra damage too.
Okay, cool.
I like calling them lightning bolts because it's like a nice little.
Didn't think of it at the time, but honestly, perfect.
Yeah, it really truly is. If I
Meant to
can
be.
spell, I'm actually the worst at spelling, but we all know this. Okay, I see now. I see where I messed up with spelling lightning.
Lightning.
Well, I thought it was like light in ing, but no, it's light in, just like the
Lightning.
letter N. Ing. Yeah.
Lightning.
Ammunition. Attunement not required.
Cool.
Yes. Activation cost.
I can never spell that. It's just lightning.
Special.
Then I always forget the T.
Let's see. Resource consumption. No, it doesn't take any resource consumption. Limited use. Effects. Nope. Details. Okay, so other. There we go. Damage. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, I got it. 1d6. Type. Huh. Lightning. Bada bing, bada boom. Alrighty. And then just because I'm extra, I'm gonna add a nice little spell image there, because I have the power to do so. Look at that.
Well, so just if I want it to consume those instead of normal bolts, so I just have to like click on it instead of just like the crossbow, or how does that work?
No, how it'll work is you have to go to your crossbow, so Twig's crossbow, and then you will hit edit, or actually, wait a second. Wait, there might be an easier way. Actually, yes, so all you have to do, because this is cool, is I believe all you need to do is on your, oh man, thank you for the, look at that, Arnie Nimbus coming in clutch with the gifted sub there. Thank you very much, Arnie Nimbus, and welcome to the family, Natasha, Drake, great to have you. So I think all you need to do is click on crossbow bolts in consumable and unequip them, and then go to lightning bolts and make sure they're equipped, which means the shield is a darker color. And then I think if I'm just going to test this to see if I'm bullshitting here, but we'll see what happens. Damn it, that doesn't work actually.
I don't know. We can figure it out later. Like,
no, it's yeah, and I think what you would have to do is you have to go to like the actual Twig's crossbow in your inventory, edit it, details, and then change.
Worst things worst, I can just roll an extra d6, like as the dice. Or
yeah. Or you can
Ain't
just
that deep.
change it that way. Okay, all right. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, there we go. Elemental bolts purchased. Did you want to buy any regular bolts either?
Let me just see.
Because I think it's like a bundle of a bundle of 20 bolts is like a silver piece. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, may as well. I mean, it's got 24 currently, but may as well up it. Get that extra 20.
Okay. Sorry. It's 20 bolts is 1 gold piece. Sorry.
I got you, fam.
Oh, yeah.
Look at
How much
that.
money does Nalfian have? Jesus.
Too much.
Now he has 400 gold left.
Then, look at that. Also, Mark J. Judge gifting 2 subs to Dakin Rules and Potoaster. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
More
God.
gifted subs.
Everybody.
Arnie Nimbus giving one to Shambling Honeymound, or Honeyman.
I like the name.
Shambling Honeyman. I love it too. That's great. Look at that. What a community. What a beautiful group of people we got. Look at that. Get that frog
Yeah,
in there.
Nalfian will just like, as soon as like Twig goes to like reach for any money, he'll just kind of like put the coins on the countertop.
Sweetie.
Yeah.
So nice. So nice.
Meh.
Keep the train alive. Oh, amazing. Okay. So, bolts purchased. Theodore told, and as rough as that was, then I believe there's only one thing left to do, and that is to scare some shit out of some pirates, huh?
I mean, Twig was wanting to send off a letter. But that's
Send a letter.
small
Yes.
and quick. I'll send you once I've finished typing it up. What she's saying, but just sending it up to White Harbor.
Okay.
But yeah.
Alrighty. Cool. Sounds good. So you prepare to send that letter to White Harbor. Okay. I'm excited to see whatever is in that letter. And yes. So, okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. We can also do that. Oh man. Okay. So, yeah, you can. Yeah.
I feel like we'd come along. I was just being shitty.
Okay. So, both of those letters sent out. And
Thank you.
with that, you all then, right? Twig coming with you to go check out those pirates, or is Twig going?
No,
back
no,
to the
no.
ship?
Twig, that's not her vibe. She'd go back to the ship.
Okay. So Twig goes back
Yeah.
to the ship, vibe with Den and the rest of the crew.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grok is pretty apprehensive for like anyone but an elf, really.
Fine. If you don't want me there, I won't come. I'll just go back to the ship. It's okay. Sure.
We can fight kingdoms and castles. Let's go. We don't need them.
Wow.
Fine.
Yeah, Twig wants to play Kingdoms and Castles so bad. After all, that's going to be the climax of the campaign. You got to get your hours in because it's just going to be Eurydice versus Bianca, Kingdoms and Castles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to practice what if she does. Fuck it, back to the ship.
Yeah,
You've activated my trap, can't you?
I banish you to the Shadow Realm, Eurydice.
Absolutely.
Oh God. Now it's got to happen. Okay, so with that, Grok and Nalthian, you know exactly where that little shitty shanty house is, and you're ready to head there. But before you get there, before we do all that, we're going to take a quick break right there just because we're 2 hours in, haven't done that yet. Stream is going to be a little bit shorter tonight just because of the time change stuff. It'll be back to the normal time next week. But we're going to take a quick break right now, and then we are going to be back 5 minutes tops. All right? So please...
Fast break.
Yes, fast break, fast break. If you are new here and you haven't yet joined the Discord, I see that I am assuming... And obviously, you know what they say, what happens when you assume, you make an asume out of moo. But I'm I don't know. You make that Natasha Drake and Sky are the same person. That's just an assumption. But thank you very much. We already had one person join the Discord. That's great. If you are not already part of the Discord, join that bitch. Get in there. Share some memes. Do it. I dare you. It's a challenge. All right. So we're going to go to break, and we'll be right back. Ah. Oh man, Arnie Nimbus, I'm unmuted myself. Special for you again. Thanks for the cheer. You're the best, my man. I love you bunches. You the best. Go to bed. Well, good night. CS winnings. I don't know what that means, but that's dope. Thanks, man. See you in a bit. Or, well, you're going to bed. All right. I don't know how to handle social interactions, especially when they're one-sided. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself again. Yeah, Arnie Nimbus, you're making me come back on the stream because you're cheering again, and it's just gonna end awkwardly. And you're the best. And thanks for the stream. No, thank you for watching. Yeah. Woo. Me too. It makes me want to play Witcher again too as well, but I just don't have the time. I wish I did. Hi everybody, welcome back to Roll with Advantage 5e and the Isles of Iverion. So there's no need to dally or delay. I think that we should roll the intro and then get started. Although my players are shaming me for doing the intro the way that I did, I'm proud of myself, and I will not change it because I like it that way. So, let's dive back in. Picking up where we left off. After settling a few debts around the city and coming to their final conclusions, the party is just about ready to leave the city of Raven Rock once and for all. There are just a few more things that they need to do before they head off. One of those things was breaking the news to Theodore about his family being gone. Grok deciding to handle the situation delicately with a lie. And hopefully that does not come around to bite Grok in the ass. I guess we'll just have to see. Telling him that Theodore's family went off looking for a very, very rare wine and that they're going off on an adventure. And then promising Theodore that he'd be back one day to go on an adventure with him. On top of that, Theodore now also has the promise of becoming friends with Augie, Nalfian's old friend from the Fighting Pit days, and I'm sure that'll be a beautiful relationship that I'm excited to see spawn. So, then from there, Twig bought a few elemental bolts and sent off a letter, as did Nalfian. And with that, Eurydice and Twig went back to the ship to play some kingdoms and castles, while Nalfian and Grok are going to go deal with some shithead pirates. So, that's where we're going to pick right back up, with the two of you heading there. walking along the way. Are you guys saying anything? So you're walking along the cobblestone path, currently raining, just pouring down on top of you, thunder and lightning cracking every once in a while.
Just to clarify,
Yeah.
Heather Scott wants these people dead, right?
Yeah, either dead or intimidated in some way.
Okay, so dead. Got it.
Okay. So, with that, the two of you make your way through the city streets. At this point, right, probably getting around 11 a.m., but it's very dark outside because completely overcast day, no sunlight at all. It is just cold and dark. And the two of you make your way through these glistening city streets till eventually you find the shack that is, well, very good reasoning, is probably exactly the one you are looking for. So you make your way there, currently standing outside, and you can hear ruckus and shouting from within. Every once in a while, a pistol shot. What do you guys want to do?
Right, let's just play it cool at least at first then, you know. Do you remember the old one? The word nana?
I remember.
Right, you hear the word banana, you fucking kill them all. But
Sounds
let's
like a
just
plan.
make sure no fucking knob around here is watching. Because, you know, I'm not being funny, Reinhardt likes us, but I don't know if he'll take too kind to us killing a few people around.
Yeah, I can't make any promises about that one.
You
I'll
know,
let you do
they
the
might be,
talking, so.
might be pirates, but, you know, if he comes round and sees, you know, a bunch of fucking bodies and someone's like, oh, it was the butcher and that big fucking knobhead with him, then, not
That's not a
great.
good look. No, not a good look at all. So, we'll be quiet about it. I'll let you do the talking, but as soon as you say banana,
Alright, let's go. And Rock will walk up and kind of like knock on the door with his stone gauntlet.
Dum, 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 dum. Knocking on door. And you can hear a very, very cocky, arrogant voice shout out, "Hey, fuck off!"
Oops.
Oh, come on, mate. It's no way to a new friend.
You can hear groaning coming from inside. Somebody opens the door, looks at the two of you for a moment. They sort of recoil, but then restone themselves and say, "I said, fuck off, huh?"
No, hold on, right? Listen, you may not realise it, but I'm your new best mate. Do you know why?
Fucking why?
You know the Horned Corsairs, don't you?
His silence is all the answer you need.
Yeah, thought so. They want you dead, kid. But I'm here to sort you out. Not like that. Don't worry. I'm here to put things right. Because guess what? I don't fucking like those knobheads either. Sure, like I said, is that a way to talk to your new best mate who's about to save you and your... How many are you in there? Small fucking place.
You look in, you can see maybe 7, 8 people in there, including him.
You lads don't look very, you know, equipped. Have you just, you got some little fucking dinghy and thought, let's make a run of it? Listen, I'm here to help, but you're gonna have to let me in. I'm in my here.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do, Grok. Give me 1 second. I gotta edit something on your character, unless I already have it set up. Okay, no, I gotta change it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change your intimidation to be with strength because that just makes sense. There we go. There you go.
Just for, I don't know if this helps with the intimidation factor, but there is a Nalfian on either side of Grok.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage, Croc. The advantage toggle. Oh, it worked. Hey, look at that. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, fuck 'em. Right.
Nah, thought as much, mate. And he'll like slap him on the shoulder.
Boss, we got a couple of people who don't like Horn Corsairs wanting to help.
Well, I'll just and as Grok kind of like forces his way in, and kind of like nods his head for Nalfian to come with. He's like, "Wouldn't say don't like. We fucking killed one of the captains, mate."
Nalfian is like directly behind Grok, just pushing past this guy.
Okay. Sort of pushes past him. He definitely lets it happen, and you can see entering the room. At the very end of the room, there is this chubby half-orc man, sideburns that are sort of tinged in gray, older, broken, sort of canines poking out of his mouth. One of them snapped, broke off in half. Says,
So you're the ones who killed Casatua then, huh?
Fucking blew him apart, mate. No, just kill him. Fucking dragged him behind the boat and all keelhauled him. Dickhead.
you can see he's just taking a moment looking at you, trying to get a read. Now, just so I can know, what is your intention here? Is it to deceive, or are you being honest?
He's deceiving, but he's telling half truths.
Gotcha. Okay. And the Nalfian's not saying anything, so let's see if...
Nah, he's just being intimidating.
Okay. All right. Ooh,
The hype man right now.
barely. Okay. Kind of looks at you and says,
All right. So, what's your proposition, huh?
Well, listen, you know, they might be shite and they might be a big load of fucking cows and bulls, aye. But they have got some big fucking ships and you pissed off the wrong lads. What would you do? And Grok says this as he just kind of like makes himself comfortable and like sits in the corner of the room facing this guy and like pulls out an apple and starts eating the apple.
okay.
We, they were docked in a small fishing village a couple days ago. We snuck on board, killed a couple of them cultists.
Aye.
We took quite a bit of the golden gems on the ship.
Fucking hell, nice one. I mean, not gonna lie, you might have to pay some of that just to, you know, get them off your back. You still got it here?
Spent most of it on weapons and armor. But most of
No, I
it,
can't
yeah,
say I
we
blame you.
still got a good portion of it with us.
Alright. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, the payment's not gonna be cheap. Not to me, again, I couldn't give a fuck. But, you know, just so they're off your back. And, Grot kind of like gives Nalfian a look just to kind of like see how Nalfian's looking about. I don't know if he can get that from a look. It's Grok, he's fucking stupid. But like,
Nalfian is literally just waiting for Grok to make a move or to say
Yeah.
anything. He's following your lead 100%. He is, though, making note of how many people are in the room and if there's somebody close to Nalfian, like how, like, space-wise.
So there are 8 people exactly. There is the captain in here and then 7 others.
Right.
You can see.
Is there someone close to Nalfian?
Oh yeah, there's somebody close to Nalfian and the Shadow. I mean, there's somebody close to each one of you. It's a very cramped area for 10 people to be in.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, mate. It's not looking good.
Well, listen, we can pay.
It's not the payment that I'm thinking of, though. You see, the problem is... And Grok will, like, turn on the aspect of Davy Jones and say, you got a debt to pay, you fucking nana. And then just cannon this guy in the fucking chest.
Absolutely. Joy just set you exactly what Nalfian wants to do.
Okay. Okay.
Just fucking Nana.
Oh God. Okay, so Jesus Christ. So as soon as you do that, as you're sort of leaning back in this chair, you take a bite of the apple, and those juices start to run down the corners of your cheeks. And in that same moment, as the juice is like dripping off, it's just like forming into these sickly, like crusty barnacles and tentacles and seaweed just coming off your chin and jaw as you just turn into this like malformed sea-like creature. And he sort of, and he goes to scream, but before he can, sort of bringing your cannon up and setting it down, and it just slams directly into him, blows him to shreds, absolutely destroys the wall behind him, tears open his chest cavity with the absolute devastating impact of the shrapnel of the cannon. As soon as you do that, you see Nalfian and Shadow Nalfian. Immediately, both of them draw both of their rapiers and thrust, each one finishing off 2 people in the room. That much of a display. You can see the other, what would be 5 people at that time, sort of, some of them sort of scattering to draw pistols, but others of them just sort of dropping their weapons and trying to run for the door, trying to get out of here as fast as they can. How are you guys stopping them? Or are you just letting them run?
Absolutely
no
not.
one's leaving.
Not
Absolutely no one's
at
leaving.
all.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, you just absolutely tear through these people as you just, whether it be a gauntlet smash to the head, a slash of a rapier, or a just headbutt, nose bone through the brain. These 8 people
I
that are
just
in
want
here.
there to be a moment where Nalfian like takes one of their faces and like purposely throws them into Grok for them to be caught by Grok's fucking fist. I just want to like throw people at him for the fucking shits and giggles.
Oh yeah, it is the goriest version of pinball ever. As you just, somebody bounces into you, tries to move around you, you grab them, throw them to Grok, and Grok, you did learn something from Captain Kasatua, that absolute massive minotaur. As Nalfian throws one at you, you catch their head in the gauntlet and just squeeze, and you just snap the skull into the brain as they just go limp underneath your grasp. And you can see the gauntlet with each person that you kill with it, the gauntlet just begins to glow brighter and brighter and brighter. That sort of deep, sickly green color just and you can feel its grip tightening on your own hand. But you can feel it's getting closer to something. So you snap and crack and snap and crack until eventually the last one, there's only one person left in the room. He drops his weapons and he says, please, I won't tell anybody what I saw. I'll just fucking, I'll fuck off, I promise.
No. And like, it sounds all like, but his Grok sounds like, as he's speaking when he's in his form, it sounds like he's underwater.
Oh.
And it's like,
Oh.
too late. And like, literally grabs this guy and like, once upon a time in Hollywood, like starts smashing his head against the table over and over again with the gauntlet.
Just absolutely demolishing it, flattening it, until eventually a final one where it's just like and a completely like removed stub of the head, skull and brain completely demolished aside from a stem. And with that, the gauntlet stops glowing and you can feel its grip tighten once more. And as soon as you drop him onto the ground, there's a few moments where the two of you look at each other and the bloodshed that you caused here and smile. And then you can see that Grok, that one that you smashed and destroyed, they stand back up. And look to you with these dead, glossed over eyes.
He drops the aspect at this point.
Yeah. So you drop it. Still stands there staring at you.
I swore I just saw you kill that one.
Yeah. You alright, Prissy? You listening to me? Right, do us a favour then. In a minute, you're gonna fuck off. And you're gonna walk outside, you're gonna go in the water, and you're gonna just keep going as deep as you can. Cheers, lad.
You can see the creature just stands there and waits for you to leave. And then as soon as the two of you walk out leaving, the hole that was blown in the back wall towards the ocean, the creature just walks out that way. And then as you're walking, you can see it making its way towards the water.
I'm gonna get some of these bodies and ask an Alfkin to help me, and Grok is gonna cast as many sink spells as he can on the corpses.
Oh my god. Yeah, Nalfin will definitely help.
And like, the thing is, Grok's not being subtle at this point. He'll just be literally saying, as he puts one down, he's like, that's another death, another, and another.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Another one. So all 8 of them then took into the water and tossed in. Sink cast.
Are we, I'm sorry, it's just a little clarification. Are we giving these to someone, or are we getting rid of them, Grok?
Both, I suppose.
Alright, fuck it. Tosses another body in.
Okay. So with that, all 8 of them disposed of. And with that, room is cleared. The bodies are in the sea. And your mission is accomplished here. So, head back to the ship, or...
Yeah, after washing the blood off himself, yeah.
Okay, alrighty.
Yeah, Nalfin will do the same.
Alrighty. So after that, the two of you head back to the ship. Alright. Very cool. So you make your way back and make your way onto the ship, and you can see as the two of you are making your way right to about to this bridge right here, Captain Heather Scott sort of meets up with you at that ship and says, "Oh, gentlemen, hey," and sort of jogs to catch up with you. "Got the paperwork right here if we deem stopping at Dragon's Bay is necessary, and I think with that, everybody else is on board. If Eurydice and Twig are on there, I think we're good to depart."
Alright, good. Other job's done, obviously.
Good. So that should keep us, keep them off our back. We'll just let them know that, well, hopefully they should recognize the star, and we have some colors to fly if worst comes to worst. They don't stop approaching. But that should at least hold them off for a while.
We'll sort it either way.
Of course.
You're welcome.
Oh, no, thank you. Indeed. Alrighty. So, with that...
Nalf's just like looking to Grok like, I don't know, he doesn't know what to make of this. Like, it's odd. Not necessarily in a bad way, he's just trying to figure it out. But he's not going to say anything.
Okay.
Yeah, Grok wouldn't be saying anything. He's just been muttering, another debt, another debt.
Okay. So, Eurydice, as you are in the room with Twig playing Kingdoms and Castles, it's not a very fast-paced game. Where in order to do the right thing on the right turn, sometimes it can take upwards of 5-10 minutes a turn. So you can see that Twig is just sort of in the middle of a turn, like looking at her cards, trying to think of the best way to make a play with the deck. The game is a little complex. So while you're doing that, you're just sort of holding onto the amulet and flashing on firebolt flashing off, flashing on, flashing off. And then you get an idea. And you sort of take the amulet off and you hold it in your hand and you cast firebolt in your hand on the amulet. Except the odd thing is, when you do it the first time, there's nothing. There's no spark of flame in your hand. But that ruby, that is the set of this amulet, begins to glow a very, very deep, dull red. And then when you try it again, it works fine. And you now feel a connection with that amulet, where if you wanted to, you could channel the fire from the amulet out, very similar to a ring of spell storing, but only with fire-based spells.
Okay.
So the amulet awakens, you bridge that connection, and so now pretty much giving you an extra spell slot with only fire-based spells. So it has to do fire damage or cause fire somehow, but
Okay.
lets you have an extra spell slot, and it's whatever pact magic level you have currently. So
Okay.
you can store a spell in there as long as it's fire damage.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll set it up. So
Who's winning Kings and Castles, by the way?
Oh yeah, okay.
We're not Twig.
Well, has Twig played before?
I don't think she would have. No.
Okay, and then Eurydice has though, right? That was something we talked about.
I feel like she would have, but not often. Like, she would have, like, just enough to know what the rules are.
Okay. So Eurydice is at a little bit of an advantage. She knows what some of the terms on the cards means. So real quick, which deck is who playing? It matters. It does truly.
Twig is playing Ephera, Natives of Ephera, and Eurydice is playing Bella Clara.
Ah, okay. Ah, yes. A faith-based nation versus a gold-based nation. That is important. So.
That was it.
Yes, it is. Twig, I'd like you to make 3 wisdom checks. And then Eurydice, I'd like you to make 3 intelligence checks. Different styles of game, man. Different styles of games.
Twig's got good wisdom.
See what happens.
Right.
Best of 3.
Okay.
Okay, so both of you make 1. Okay. So that is a...
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay. That is not a good sign. Twig, you have a hard time building your faith base at the beginning of the game, which definitely does stall the natives for a little bit. But Eurydice, you do a great move on about the 3rd turn where you end up setting up your trade deals very early on, and that sets you up for the late game really well. On the next one, go ahead and make another one. Both of these are just normal ones. Another intelligence, another wisdom. Okay.
Another immaculate roll.
Ooh. Yeah, you're just... The issue is, Twig, when you don't start your faith early on, when you don't start building up those points, you can't get any of the good late-game units, you know, or any of the late-game divine abilities that would help protect you from a very heavy monetary-based nation. And Eurydice, that's exactly what you got right now. I mean, you have the Galleons, you have the Golden Company on your side, or the Golden Shields, I mean.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you've got quite the army behind you, which brings us into the final phase here, which is war. So, Twig, you're going to make this wisdom check with disadvantage, and Eurydice, you're going to make this with advantage. You had a really strong early game that set you up for this moment, and Twig, you're just having a hard time getting your nation off the ground.
Oh.
Okay, it was a close war because, right, Twig, you had this Hail Mary card that you were just waiting. You knew it was good. You didn't understand the mechanics exactly, but you knew it was really rare. It is, for some reason, in this deck, there is a card for Eliza Silverfoot, yeah. And which is like a super duper rare card that has an ability to pretty much cast divine intervention. And as you're playing, you can see Twig sort of plays Eliza Silverfoot in the last round as a way to try and unite the clans, get that last boost of faith. But sadly, Eurydice, you end up playing the commander of the Golden shields. And it's just not enough in that current moment, as the commander of the Golden Shields has enough monetary backing now to activate all of their late game abilities, which are Hellfire Cannons. Which Hellfire Cannons, while neither one of you have ever seen them, can absolutely devastate a city in 2 or 3 shots. Absolutely light it ablaze. And that's exactly what it does. No matter how strong Eliza compels the faith, although she's able to use that divine intervention to destroy most of their ships, the one ship it's not able to destroy is the Hellfire Cannons. So sadly, the natives lose their capital, and the nation of Bella Clara wins. Oh, man. The opposite of what happened in in the Afera campaign. Oh, man.
Pretty good game.
Yeah, it was tense. Like, you really thought you were gonna win, Eurydice. Like, you weren't gonna let Twig win, because you know she wouldn't like that anyway. And Twig, you almost got her at the end. Almost, but it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. All right. So so stupid. I love it.
Like after the game, like Twig would straight up just be going through each card, reading, trying to study the cards.
All right.
Just memorizes them.
She doesn't want to lose.
Ready for the next time. Yes, please become addicted to kingdoms and castles. I need to make the game, and that way anytime players go to play it, it's just I hand them decks.
I wouldn't say addiction as such, just more so it's just
it's
she
just
wants to actually know what she's doing.
It's an obsessive thing now. It's okay, all right, so these 2 cards have really good synergy, so if I play them in the second round, in the second phase, it'll work out okay. Alrighty. So, with that, you all, eventually Nalfian and Grok return, with Captain Heather Scott, and the ship is ready to depart. So, this is your last chance. Any final business left in Raven Rock? This is your final chance. Flight 233 will be departing soon. Nothing?
Nah. Nope.
Nope. All right, well, I guess I won't bother telling you guys about the buried treasure right underneath the Golden Rookery Inn. All right. So, with that, the group of you begin to depart, break away from the dock, and begin to sail outward. It's a bit off to a slower start because of the rain. The wind is not exactly working with you, but eventually you do get back on to the open seas. So, right, most of you probably at this point below deck more than oh, wait a second. Oopsie. This is the first time I've forgotten to do this in a while here. Sorry, I know you're looking at a black screen right now. Just give me a second here. Hey, there you go. All right. So below deck, right? Maybe moving back and forth between your rooms and anywhere else where there might be people, but you do depart, and you begin to set sail. So, I'd probably say that first day of sailing, right, heading towards Dragon's Bay, or at least the surrounding area, goes pretty smoothly. You're staying closer to the coast as to avoid any unnecessary problems, but yeah, it goes pretty smoothly. So, unless anybody has anything they'd like to do, it's just straight to sleep then.
Nothing would like to do something.
Okay.
As long as he, I know when we're on the boat, I feel like Grok would probably be more out and about.
Mm-hmm.
This is, more where he's comfortable. So just at any moment where Grok's not in the cabin, probably later that same night, he would, make Shadow Nelf come back.
Okay. So, you reconjure Shadow Nelf in your room. The wisps conjoin one another, and the shadows coalesce in the room to form a version of you, one that you're very familiar with. Just stares at you, smiling that same cocky grin that you have.
You know, I've been doing a lot of thinking about our new friend said to us today. And I know at first I thought this was a coincidence or some kind of joke or confusion on his part, but you know, after thinking, I think he's right. And I know exactly what timeline you are. But that being said, you are still me and I am still you, but you are here. And this is the only time that matters. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand crystal clear.
None other exists except for this.
It's the only one that matters.
Great. Now go away.
If you say so.
And he winks at you. Cocky smile flashes, and the smoke wisps away.
Nalfia's just gonna kind of like sit on his bed and just take out his locket for a little bit. He's not gonna open it. He's just gonna sit there.
Okay. Stare at it for a while. Till eventually, probably Grok would come back in the room, maybe around 9:30, 9:15.
You alright, La?
Oh, yes. Wonderful. Just wonderful.
That's not very convincing. At least bullshit me a bit.
I think I'm just a little worried about this visitor this morning.
No, don't be, mate. If he comes back, we'll fucking bash the shit out of him.
Right.
Listen, I'm not being funny, mate. I've got your back. No matter what happens, the girls don't need to know, but I'll fucking sort people out for you. I'm not asked. Just don't tell the girls.
No, I appreciate that, Grok. I really do. I don't know. He just gave me something's off about him, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way he talked to me. I didn't like what he thought he knew, or what he
Well, I
does
mean,
know.
let's be honest. Fucking soft lads give you the best way to kill him. He gives you a rough feeling. You use that coin, you say his fucking name, dickhead.
Uh, that is true, but something tells me he wasn't entirely honest. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it.
I don't know, mate. Those coins, they're an old fucking deal. I've heard a lot about them. When I was in the gem store, and they use those things all the fucking time.
Oh, they've very popular where I'm from. That's for sure. They know how to get shit done. What worries me is how he came across it, and the fact that he was so willing to let it go. That means he doesn't need it. It means that if he doesn't want someone around, he can very easily take care of it himself. And this number, the fuck does that mean?
fuck knows? Who's got a favourite number? Fuck's that about? I've got a favourite veg, favourite fruit. Who's got a favourite fucking number? What does that mean?
Golf lads, apparently. Well, I'm not gonna think much about it anymore.
No, don't.
What about you? What's this? Another debt? What is that all about?
It's nothing new. Just paying off a debt. I've got a fair bit to go.
Anytime you need help, you know I'm right here.
When I can, I will. But there'll be times that I might just need to sneak off, like. But do us a favour and cover for us if I need to do that.
Absolutely. It does feel a bit shit to keep things from the girls after, give Yuri a hard time, but there are just some things I'd rather, for their safety.
Oh, well, it's not even that I don't want them to know. They fucking can't know. There's some things they can't know.
Yeah. No, I agree. Alright, well. Do you want a drink? Because I want a drink.
Aye. We can fuck off down to that. Lamley's got a stash. He's not asked if I have some as long as I give him some.
Oh, fucking great. Now Fiend's gonna, put his locket, back under his shirt.
Okay. All right. So you continue. You go get your alcohol. Lamley has no issues with it. You all, the two of you, drink after sharing some with Lamley. Till eventually you. I'm assuming you guys are just drinking till you pass out.
I'm not drinking till I pass out. I'm just drinking to have a good time. Gotta fill my cup today.
I mean, Grok's getting belligerent.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good to me. Alright. So as you guys are drinking away, joking about whatever you deem is necessary or whatever you want to, you eventually, I'm assuming, is there anything that you guys wanted to talk about in particular, or are you just kind of shooting the shit?
Yeah, they're just vibing.
I think he'd probably start getting Alfian in the conversation about which fruits could kill people. He's had it with Din. Fuck it, let's get Alf's opinion on
it. Delphine would probably say something along the lines of, you could probably fucking choke on the little seeds inside of a pomegranate, and that'd be the best way to go. Just shove it in someone's mouth. Claw their own throat out,
Mental. Absolutely mental. Okay.
I don't know where the girls are. I assume they're vibing with their game, but...
Yeah, playing another round.
Probably.
Moving
They
up
just
that
keep
ranking.
playing.
No. Like I said, Twig wants to actually know what the shit she's doing because she felt very unprepared for what that was. So yeah, she wouldn't.
It's
accept
like
another
literally playing
game yet.
Street Fighter with like a sibling, and they've never played a fighting game before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine so.
That was one more thing right before bed. And then, other than that, he's just vibing.
Okay. Alrighty. So, let me go here. There we go. Alrighty. So, what was that one more thing?
Later on, as things start to settle down and it's getting deeper into the night, Nauf will just kind of go and knock on the girls' room. I don't know if they're asleep yet.
Okay.
The goal is he'd hope they'd be asleep, but if not, it's fine.
Time.
What time is it? Yeah.
Yuri only needs 4 hours, so she's not sleep lots.
I mean, maybe midnight at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twig's out.
Yuri would be awake reading.
Well, he would knock on the door anyway.
So she'd go and quietly open it. Hey?
Good evening. Mind if I come in?
I don't. Opens the door, lets him in.
He'll just like give Eurydice a nice smile, and then he'll go over to Twig, and then again whisper something to her, just kind of like touching her head lightly. And then he will proceed to exit.
He's doing a drow curse, and you can't stop him.
Yuri will walk out the room again after him, shut the door very lightly so she doesn't wake up Twig. What's the second night in a row you've done? What are you doing?
Me? I'm not doing anything. And he's just like grinning.
Not stupid as much as you might think I am.
Oh, Eurydice, I think you're everything but stupid. I am just simply telling her good night. Is that okay?
Yes. I wonder why you can't say it when she's awake.
Well, there's no fun in that, is there?
Insight check awake.
Insight checking.
What do you, yeah, what do you,
Doesn't know what to make of this. Like what he's doing. Is he really just saying goodnight? Is that really what he's just doing?
Okay,
Seems
okay.
Hmm?
That's not what he's saying.
Okay.
Well, dear, if that is all, you should get your beauty sleep. I know I need mine. Do I have permission to go?
You don't need my permission to do anything. But I know there's no obligation. Remember what we said about secrets.
Trust me, Eurydice, I remember.
Okay.
Good night.
I give him like a hard look and then turns around and goes to bed.
okay, and you all head off to sleep. And in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. Because as all of you head to sleep, Nalfian, you and Eurydice both head off for your meditation, as is natural, but Twig and Grok, the two of you require sleep. And, well, you find sleep. Easy enough. Laying your head down on your pillow, curling up underneath your blanket in these very nice warm beds that exist in this cold, wet ship. However, Grok, as you sleep and dream of murdering different bystanders with different dangerous fruits from all around the Gemstone Archipelago, you feel a lurch on the ship, that sort of heaving feeling, and then a crash. And as you scatter awake and look around, you can see that there is no one on the ship anymore. There's no Nalfian next to you. You burst out of the room, and you can see the hallways are flooding with water. You burst into the girls' room. Eurydice and Twig are no longer there, and you start running through the halls looking for anybody. No one's on the ship. You start dashing around anywhere, opening every single door you can find. And eventually you make your way up above deck, and you can hear the rain is pouring down even harder. Crashes of thunder and lightning. You look around for anybody, and you can see these mangled, deformed barnacle-covered creatures tending to the rope, just heaving and hoeing, pulling up the curtain and dropping down the curtain, and you can see an individual at the helm of the ship on Captain Heather Scott's ship, but this is not him. This is somebody different. And just looking at him makes your stomach lurch, as you can see a body that is lurching in different unnatural directions, writhing around, one hand on the steering wheel of the ship, the other holding a lantern of some kind with a creature covered in bioluminescent algae or something, causing the sickly radiant glow. As you start to clear out and your vision begins to clear, you can see your ship. You can see the swirling green energy all around you, the rain pouring down the tattered sails, and you see a creature with, like I said, those tentacles and eyes, so many eyes, and a crow on his shoulder. And as he holds the steering wheel and the ship light up, he looks down to you, and you can hear this voice boom out from it.
Why, hello, Crocky boy. Welcome to the Dutchman.
As he looks down at you and you look up at him. Davy Jones. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Well, that fucking image is such a cool, unique, fucking terrifying.
Hell.
Oh my god.
Ew, look at his fingers.
My favorite part is the tentacle coming out of the boot.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, oh man.
That voice is creepy.
Oh, were you able to understand it? I hope you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was real good.
Okay, all right, cool. Oh
Look at
man.
eyes.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's such good art. Such good art. Whew. Alrighty. Well, what an end to a session. I guess come back next week when we have a real full 4-hour session to determine what is going to happen to Grok. Let's see what happens. He's the cutest, LOL. Oh yeah, the guy in the little thing. Yeah, he's great. Well,
Everything else is not.
yeah, everything else is not. The crow, all of his eyes, terrible.
No, I like the crow. Like, you know,
Yeah.
the little jellyfish boy. I love.
Alrighty. Well. Thank you everybody for watching and hanging in there. It was a very fun episode, but they're finally leaving Raven Rock, headed to the Dragon's Bay or the area for some fun times in Issa Nalor. I'm very excited to see what they what they decide to do there. Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I hope that you... Oh, if you haven't yet, join the Discord, because it's fun. A lot of cool people there. And you could be a cool person, too, if you join it. Okay, all right. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Farewell.